The attempt to sportswash radical Sharia regimes continues. Saudi Arabia will be the latest Middle Eastern hellhole to host the World Cup.
It is a great pleasure that I can confirm that the host of the FIFA World Cup 2034 will be Saudi Arabia.
So FIFA has faced allegations of corruption in the past. Qatar and Russia got the World Cups recently, didn't they? But at least they had to go through a bidding process. This time, FIFA managed to find a way of seemingly removing that obstacle. The Saudis won it unopposed, and I, for one, just perplexed as how that could have happened. But the head of FIFA, this Fruit Loop called Gianni Infantino, who gave this weird conference before the Qatar tournament.
Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled.
Right then. Anyway, he has said that he hopes Saudi Arabia will address human rights concerns. Well, let's have a little look at some of those concerns. Saudi Arabia is the only recognised country in the world to still use decapitation as a method of execution. Presumably, the Saudi football team can warm up for their matches by having a kickabout with some recently severed heads. It has executed more than 100 foreigners since 2024. That's nearly triple the previous 2 years. Apparently, their total executions so far this year are 274, the highest figure in more than 30 years. They are accused of torturing people into giving confessions. It's only as recently as 2019 that women were allowed to travel abroad, register for divorce or marriage and apply for official documents without the permission of a male guardian. Saudi Arabian men apparently receive a text message on their mobile phones whenever a woman under their custody leaves the country, even if she is travelling with her guardian. In 2008, a man reportedly married off his 8-year-old daughter to a 47-year-old bloke in order to pay off his debts. Women and children often live in forced marriages. Gay people are imprisoned and sentenced to hundreds of lashes. A man caught using Twitter to arrange dates with other men was reportedly sentenced to 450 lashes. It's interesting, though, isn't it? Because recently, England footballer Mark Gay was reprimanded for writing "I love Jesus" on an LGBT armband that the Premier League wanted him to wear. So presumably he could be executed twice for that in Saudi Arabia, blasphemy and encouraging homosexuality. Saudi Arabia has the highest prevalence of modern slavery of all countries in the Arab states region, which is quite the achievement, actually. Migrant workers comprise the majority of the workforce. And who do we think might be building these brand spanking new football stadiums? Well, in terms of press freedom, well, hey, I mean, look, the Saudis murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi in an embassy in Turkey, didn't they? They actually carved him up with a bone saw. So there he is, walking in to meet his fate. I haven't seen Gary Lineker pipe up much about the Saudi World Cup yet. It's funny, that, because he's very quick to point out supposed human rights abuses involving Israel and for people illegally crossing the English Channel. At least he'll be retired by then. Oh, and just for good measure, Saudi Arabia is said to be the world's largest exporter of Salafist jihadism, which forms the ideological basis of groups like Al-Qaeda, the Taliban and ISIS. So with that in mind, I think we can all agree that the correct way to respond to those human rights abuses is to give the Saudis a World Cup so they can lie to the world about how lovely and safe they are. After all, hey, it worked for Qatar. Everyone forgot that they actually housed Hamas until October the 7th kicked off. To all those idiots cheering on the Saudi World Cup, well done, because you're giving legitimacy to a radical Sharia ideology that would probably not blink twice if it had the chance to wipe you off the face of the earth.